welcome to the Tag Your It tag, where, as usual with my tag videos, if you want to do it, I officially tag you, but I never like calling out names because I feel like that pressures people into doing these. Maybe they don't want to do them, but then they feel obligated. It's a mess when it's that way, so I throw it out to the ether for anyone who'd like to do them. So anyway, there is 30 questions in this tag, and you're going to see me looking down to the side because I have my laptop next to me on the floor over here because I didn't feel like writing them out in my notebook for this one. So anyways, first question. Are you hot? I'm pretty sure you've all seen me, and we all know the answer to that is a big fat no. If we are talking temperature-wise, though, that is also a big fat no, because it's about, like, 67 degrees in here right now. So, yeah, no. No. Number 2, are you rich? Again, those of you who've been here for a while know that is a big fat no. I don't even earn minimum wage, so no. Unless we're talking about rich in manner of friends, in which case, sure, but financially, no. Are you in love? I feel so negative. All my answers have been no so far. Yeah, given I think we all know how that turned out fairly recently, I'm pretty sure that is also a no. Sorry. It's alright, though. I don't care on that one. Number 4, do you like coffee? I love coffee. You know that. I adore coffee. A lot of my money goes towards coffee. Okay, number 5, my dream vacation. There's a few of those, but if I could only pick one, I'm pretty sure it's predictable for most of you guys know that I would pick England, hands down. Specifically London and Liverpool. I mean, it'd be fun to do like a little day trip just to Manchester and to Dagenham just to see what they're like, but the Liverpool would be the main one for all the Beatle things and all the sights and things that go along with that. But also London, because frankly, London. I mean, I'd love to live in London one day, because it's a big city, it's British, it's still in driving distance of all the other cities that I would like to be within driving distance of without necessarily living in them, although nowadays Liverpool's not as shitty as it once was, so maybe I'd like to live in Liverpool, but yeah, dream vacation would definitely be England. Although, there are a few others. I mean, it'd be fun to see the part of Italy that my family comes from, which is down at the very tip of the boot, so in case anybody were ever curious. Also kind of cracks me up that the part of Italy my family's from is almost the same part that Liza's family is from, so that's kind of cool. But, anyways. So that'd be cool. A nice jaunt of the East Coast would be cool. You know, but number 1, first and foremost, obviously, goes to England. Number 6, who do I truly love? My dog, my friends, my family. Probably in that order, in all honesty. Number 7, last movie I watched. It depends how we are defining movie. If we are counting documentaries, I watched one on the Beach Boys last night. I think it was, the Beach Boys, an American band. If we're talking movies, actually I haven't watched too many lately, which is unusual for me, but that'll be amended tomorrow. But I think the last time I watched was on Vincent Minnelli's birthday, and it was Father of the Bride, because he directed that. And also Liz Taylor, because Liz Taylor. And Spencer Tracy, who is practically my grandpa if he were a famous actor. Like, seriously, the comparisons are eerie. Anyways, number 8, what sport do you play? I don't play sports. That would, like, require effort and exercise and movement. For about a hot second, I was on a basketball team in 2nd grade, against my will. Yeah, put the shortest kid in the school on the basketball team. That sounds like a great thing there. That did not last. I hated every second of it. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. I was also in cheerleading in 7th grade for about equally as long. Hated every second of that as well. And that is one where I am not even willing to show people photos of that period, because it is shame. It is shame. Yeah, but those are the only sports I guess if you can count cheerleading a sport anyway, that I ever was, like, involved in, like, a team with. I wanted to do soccer. My parents wouldn't let me do it. Wanted to do hockey. They wouldn't let me do it. I don't know what the difference would have been, because their argument is, you'll lose your teeth! I was like, my teeth are all jacked up in any way and busted off and crap. These are crowns that you see. But, yeah, frankly, it wouldn't have made much difference if I was on a hockey team. But, probably would have gotten my teeth fixed faster. It sucks because I was actually good at hockey. I kind of liked badminton, but that's not much of a sport. If you count swimming as a sport, I know it's an exercise. I think it counts as a sport. It's an Olympic sport, therefore I count swimming as a sport. I do enjoy swimming. I'm not very good at it. I have to stay near the wall, so when I inevitably start to sink, I can grab on for a second, regroup myself, and then kick back off and start swimming again. I like that. I obviously loved horseback riding, and I miss my horses every single day. But yeah, I'm not really a sports person. I always enjoyed watching figure skating and gymnastics. Never did either one in my entire life. I wanted to do gymnastics, actually. Figure skating just isn't a thing in the Bay Area. Really, I mean, I guess you could make an example of Christy Yamaguchi. She's from a couple towns away from here, but for the most part, it's not a thing around here, because it doesn't snow. So you have to, like, go really out of your way to find a skating rink that you can consistently use and practice at, so. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I've literally never ice skated in my entire life. I feel like I'd enjoy it, but on the other hand, I feel like I'd fall on my face and probably break some bones and or teeth, so that would suck. But, I feel like it would go about as well as rollerblading ever did for me, which is not well. Let's see, what are you eating now? Does it look like I'm eating? Where is this food? Where is this magical mystery food? I have no food here. I'm not eating anything. Number 10. Who is your best friend? Oh goodness, that's honestly kind of depressing at the moment, because I think who I would normally consider to be my best friend is mad at me right now, because with the whole drama over the lipcest thing and just getting sucked into that vortex, and then the whole barrage of Etsy orders that I got buried under for like over a week, I forgot her birthday, and I looked like a dick, and I texted her something, and she never wrote back, and I texted her again, and she never wrote back, and days and days and days went by, and all of a sudden I realized, oh shit, I missed her birthday by like a month. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad friend. So yeah, she still has not forgiven me, I don't think. So I'm not sure if I can really count her right now for that position. I've also been known to call one of my sisters my best friend, not Kimmy, the other one, the one with all the kids. As for the person I talk to the most frequently online currently, probably Carrie, so I would consider her to be one of my best friends. But yeah, it's hard to, like, label one specific person as best friend, since it feels like it always changes, and again, the very first person I just rattled off had been for many years, so it kind of really sucks that I screwed that up over something so stupid. Number 11, what novels do you read? Like, specific titles or genres? Because titles, you'll be here all day, but genres, I like biographies and autobiographies a lot. I like real life things. I know some people find that very boring. I am fascinated learning about people's lives. And then embarrassingly, I like YA, I like young adult fiction, which is so embarrassing. I know, I'm like 33 and I still read YA books, but I have a friend that's almost just as old as I am who unashamedly still does, and was the one who got me reading it again in the first place several years ago. I was like, oh my god, I forgot how fun these books are. Admittedly, they're not challenging, but they are fun. Fun in the same way that, like, fluffy sitcoms that don't really have substance are fun. They don't really nourish your mind, but they're fun. So I like those. Occasionally a romance book, but not that often. I have to really, really be in the right headspace for that. Sometimes just normal fiction. Historical fiction is fun sometimes, but again, have to be in the mood for that. Yeah, those are my main genres I read, I think. Let's see, number 12. What is your favorite pet? Well, I currently only have one, and it's little Miss Talia, the Pomeranian, but, actually, comparing her to any pet that I've ever had, yeah, she probably is legit, hands down, my favorite pet I've ever had, so still works. Although, if I had more than one pet, I would be like, that's an unfair question, because that'd be like asking me to pick a favorite child. You don't do that. You love all your children equally. And they are my fur babies, therefore, you know. Number 13. Where is your best friend? Can we just, not given the answer to the other one? But if you must know, the first one is in Texas. My sister is in Arizona. And Carrie is in New York. Beyond that, they're scattered all over the place. So, number 14, what TV shows do you like? Are we talking ones that are currently still on the air, or series that I love and that I always go back to? If we're talking the former, even though it's about to end in like a second, Once Upon a Time I have adored since literally day one of that show, and have been very, very into that almost more than any other show that's like a modern show ever. Jane the Virgin, The Royals. I've come to like Young Sheldon. I initially was kind of lukewarm about it. I've come to like it. What else? What else? I know there's more, and I'm blinking hardcore right now. A lot of the ones I had watched got canceled, so I'm like, Yeah, I think of current shows that are still on the air that sums up right there. Unless we count Netflix shows, in which case, Orange is the New Black, BoJack Horseman. Those are my big two Netflix ones. What else? What else? I know there's more, but I'm blanking. Let's go with ones that I go back to over and over that are just from any era that I just really adore. Obviously, The Monkees. I think that goes without saying. I've rewatched the entirety of that series at least 100 times, probably more. If we go for individual rewatches of certain episodes, it's a much higher number than even that. MASH, The Nanny, Family Ties, Spin City, obviously, my Michael J. Fox. The Critic, for those who remember that. I still love The Simpsons, not gonna lie. I had loved South Park till it got stupid, but then they started getting good again in, like, the last season, so there's that. What else? What else? I'm trying to think, what TV shows do I own on DVD that I go back to over and over? Because that'd be a good way to answer this. Mork and Mindy, that's a big, big one. Let me think. Monty Python, holy crap, how did I almost forget Monty Python? And Faulty Towers. Absolutely fabulous. Ab Fab. I know there's more, and I'm gonna feel so stupid when I think of them. Basically, any of the big 1960s sitcoms, like I Dream of Jeannie, The Munsters, Mary Tyler Moore Show, That Girl, Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, Bewitched, like all of that era. I love Lucy. I know that's 50s, but 50s and 60s sitcoms I just freaking adore. There's very few that I don't love, and very few that I don't own. The ones that I don't, I eventually will. But yeah, I adore all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I said, this could get to be a very lengthy list, so I'm gonna just leave it at that and just leave it kind of open-ended, but just know pretty much if it's from the 50s, 60s, and certain ones from the 70s. Not all from the 70s, because there's a bunch where they were kind of losing me there, but there's a lot that I do like still, too, in the 70s. Yeah. Okay, number 15. What are you watching right now? My face in the viewfinder of my iPod as I am filming this. Number 16. What do you put on to go to bed? Frankly, whatever I fall asleep wearing, which is pathetically usually whatever I pass out wearing from that day, because I usually don't get as far as changing into pajamas. What is the name of your pet? Talia. I already said that. Talia the Pomeranian. 18. What is the size of your bed? My dad go back and forth on this, whether it's a full or if it's a queen. I've measured it. It is a queen. I don't know why he's convinced it's a full, but it's a queen. I've measured it. 19. What are you listening to right now? The sound of my voice babbling on for this tag video. Number 20. What is your favorite subject? Are we talking about school subjects, or are we talking about just topics in general that are my favorite to hear about, talk about, or anything? If it's school subjects, ironically, I never had an art class my whole life, but I feel like that would be the favorite. Although I liked English a lot, I loved science of pretty much all sorts. Pretty much all computer classes, even though they were just easy A's for me, since I already knew everything. I knew more than the teachers. Oh god, the first web design class I ever took, I was like, you're joking, right? Like, a first grader could do this, and you're teaching a group of 8th graders this? This is so basic. And then watching people in class struggle with it, I was like, but I have been doing this for years just for fun on my own. And yeah, so admittedly took those classes as an easy A. I took one semester of guitar, although I feel like if I'd had any other teacher on the planet, I would have done much better with it, because the old guitar teacher had quit right before my getting into that class. So we got the choir teacher who barely knew how to form a chord on a guitar, teach us how to read a chord chart, and basically told us to have a nice day, and she'd come back at the end of the semester, and we better have learned a song we can perform as a final piece, and that was literally the chorus. So needless to say, I learned many bad guitar playing habits by having to figure it out on my own that way and not being guided in the learning process like that, and that really sucks, because at this point they're cemented in my brain. But yeah, and I've never learned how to fingerpick, because I just learned, well, you do chords. That's what you do. You don't do the other. I don't know how you do the others. Number 21, worst injury you've ever had. Oh, there's quite a few things that could constitute for that. I mean, the bike crash was pretty bad. I was, bloody from literally the top of my head to my toes. There was nothing on me that wasn't scraped up, and I busted my nose irreparably. It's never been the same. That was pretty bad, although, I don't know, a motorcycle falling over on my frigging leg and crushing it while getting onto it, that was pretty bad too. So, either one of those could be worst injury ever. Being punched hard enough to break my ribs, pretty bad. What else? Even though severity-wise, not so bad, pain-wise, it was horrible. Falling on black ice and breaking my tailbone. That was fun, because then you can't sit. You can't sit. There's literally nothing you can do to be comfortable if you break your tailbone. It's fucking horrible. You do not want to do that. If you have never known this pain, I hope you never ever do, because, oh lord, that was terrible. And the worst part, the place where it happened at school, my dad had also gone to that same school, and apparently had the same freaking injury in almost the same exact spot. It was just completely coincidental that it worked out that way, because I didn't know he'd ever had that happen. But running across the pavement, and then black eyes, and you go sliding, whack! Oh. Just awful. Awful. Yeah, there's definitely more that also apply here. Walking to the point where your feet are literally bloody all over the soles of your feet, and not being able to just go home at that point, you still have to walk back in boots. That was fun. That was a thing that happened one time. Yeah, as they were getting all screwed up, I didn't feel it because I was kind of high on Vicodin. And around the time it wore off was around the time I realized, oh my god, what the hell's wrong with my feet? And I took my boots off it. Oh my god. Oh, that was freaking horrible. Then knowing that I had to put the boots back on and then walk miles back home. Oh god, that was pretty bad. Yeah, there's quite a few things on this list. There's others I could list too. It just, they're bad. They're bad. I'm not sure which one stands head and shoulders above the others as the singular worst, but they're all bad. 22. What were you doing 3 hours ago? What time is it right now? 8:43? I actually was asleep 3 hours ago, and that is a wonderful thing to say, given how sleep deprived I was most of this past week. Okay, number 23. Are you wearing pants right now? Yep. Number 24. What are your plans for tonight? I don't have any because I'm a lame ass. Number 25. When do you usually go to sleep? Well, we just had the daylight savings time shift, so that answer is probably going to change tonight because it'll stay light longer. But when it's not daylight savings time, generally, once it's dark out, about an hour or so later. You know what that means for December, right? Yes, it legit is that early, and it's pathetic. And there's nothing I can do about it. It doesn't matter how hard I fight it. It's just the way my brain's wired. I'm like a little bird. You throw a towel over the cage, and oh, it's dark now, sleepy time. It's like the same freaking deal. Same deal. It's why I like daylight savings time, because it stays light longer to where I can actually stay awake to somewhat normal human hours. It's a wonderful thing. I'd be happy if we were on that time thing for the whole year, personally. 26. When did you last go on vacation? Well, that's a damn good question. I don't even know. That's sad. I can't think of the last time that I did. It's been years, though, so I mean, at least 10, I think, and I'm not sure which one was the last one. There's a few it could have been, but, yeah, it's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Number 27, when did you last go shopping? That depends. Are we talking online or in store? If we're talking in store, Friday. If we're talking online, also Friday, so I guess Friday. 28. Have you watched any movies this week? I think we already answered that question. Number 29. Do you miss anyone or anything right now? Well, I mean, I always literally miss my relatives that have gone on, but, like, as for somebody that is still, like, currently in my life, currently missing them, yeah, my sister and her kids, I pretty much constantly miss them too ever since they moved to Arizona. Because God only knows when I'll get to see them again in person, unless they come out here. It probably isn't happening, which is probably not gonna happen because she has 6 children, and getting that many kids on a plane when all of them, except for like one, are under age 10, yeah, probably not gonna happen, so that leaves me constantly depressed, but... And number 30, who was the last person you chatted with on Facebook? Let me look. So I'm actually not sure. Might actually be my sister. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh shit, I missed a message from one friend that I'm gonna have to reply to. Sorry, Yasmin, I did not mean to blow you off like that. I didn't see the notification pop up. But it looks like, yeah, last person that I like talked to was my sister, and that was on Friday. It has been very quiet on Facebook. So, anyways, that is it for this tag. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Wasn't the best tag ever, but I mean, it was something to do. So, anyways, If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, they're all listed down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, I can talk. The donation link is, as always, is down in the description. So anyway, guys, till next time, bye.